Hello and welcome to another roguelike demo showcase in Backpack Brain. Today we're checking out Corrosion Protocol. I put my finger to the screen as if you can see it. One day though. What is Corrosion Protocol? It's a good question. It's sort of a Nuclear Throne-like from what I can tell. And that's not really a category of video game, but it is the subcategory of what this appears to be. The developer reached out on one of the few times someone's reached to me on Twitter. I mean, like, that's fair. Some one or two instances of going to my Twitter and then going to my Discord. Most messages come through my email, but you know, different strokes, different folks. Said, check out my game. You get in early. You get a nice timing for yourself. Eventually, the DMs can't be checked, but while they can be checked, while the masses aren't flooding in, you know, the early birds eat the worms or whatever. I'm putting analogies in. I'm just telling you so you can send me stuff. It's in the description or it's in the bio. I don't really know what it's in. I'm unfamiliar with it. Anyway, let's click play. We will start game. There is no run to continue. Corrosion Protocol. Oh god. Okay, there it's hitching a little bit though. I will say that it's hitching a little bit. I don't mean to cause offense. I think the shaders are like compiling because it's fine now. Where am I going? I got dumped straight into where's my ammo? Okay, the trees so that they pass on once I. There's a lot going on right now. If there was some way to preload all these shaders, I would appreciate that because my frames are good, but there's like occasional hitches. And also, I had this worry in the trailer, and I didn't want to mention it from the get-go. But this is giving me like a little bit of a headache. Not a headache really. Oh shit! Okay, that's obviously Nuclear Throne inspired. Also, I'm about to die. I'm passing on. I can't buy the gun. Okay, we gotta buy guns. My bad, y'all. Does this thing hurt me? Am I not supposed to blow those things up? I don't actually know. A lot of questions and not a lot of answers. I have to assume that... Okay, this is what we're supposed to do. Stabilized. It is very Nuclear Throne, except it's a bit more zoomed in, and the like... See, like, here's... I think you're missing like an outline shader situation. Okay, that one is... I've done that one. And you start with the melee. Yeah, sure, I'll take piercing. I don't mind a little bit of piercing. There we go, that's more like it. Like, I think you got some good stuff going for you, but like, the overlaying on this, it's because there's... It looks like it's a piece. What's happening? It looks like a piece of like. It looks like it's very 2D, but there's no dimensionality to it. It feels like it's all laid onto one instead of being like back forth. Like you need a proper shadowing or whatever, and the pixel size is just a little too big. And I don't want to be the art critic guy because I'm really no artist. I'm just sort of mentioning what makes sense to me, and it's gonna be hell on earth to fix the problem. So I've given you nothing but problems. Yeah, I would take fire rate. That sounds good to me. Can I hold? I can hold. Okay. But I can't reload on command, which is fine. But I just wanted to note it. Yeah, I would take explosive rounds. Yeah. Okay, the rounds are very explosive. This shit is getting crazy already. This is like floor 1. It's already too chaotic. I will give you that. It's going crazy mode. Okay, now portal spawn or what? I see a mini map has appeared. Are these things gonna keep spawning until I leave? Is that the situation? I have to imagine it is. And everyone has a dash. Oh yeah, also we already have explosions. More damage seems good. Developer, sir, ma'am, I'm not sure. Whatever you prefer. Developer, sama. I can't rebind certain buttons. I wanted to pick next button Q and like swap or space it just doesn't let me do it. It breaks. Like, it just, like, goes back to the button that it already is as. Which I think is not how it was intended to go. Also, if I'm picking up ammo on full, I would prefer that... Oh, you know what? That's... Oh, I killed my... Can I say that on YouTube? Probably not. Okay, I didn't know what I was doing for the first part, so I think that's perfectly fine. So let's see if we can't get a little bit better. I didn't know that they had ranged attacks. Also, the dash is actually terrible, like, for mobility, because you can't maneuver during it, and it fixes you in place at the end of it. There's like a lot of infrastructural situations going on. Like you see, like, it didn't get me anywhere. In fact, it trapped me where I ended up. You can only use it to get to a secure place that you know is secure. Also, all that stuff I've just picked up. I don't know if it's all, like, wasted or not. Also, this guy is bugging. But anyway, like, you see, it's you have to make it way, you have to make that way smoother. Otherwise, like, I just won't use it. That's just my 2 cents. But the gunplay is good, and that's honestly a sticking point for so many games like this. I don't know why I've become like the game critic guy, but I think honestly it suits my... I'm a guy who loves to complain. So if we can also, that's the resource right there. If we can turn my complaining into like something people want to hear instead of something that's just annoying, then I mean that's great for everyone involved, I think. I have to assume so. Perfectly amicable music. Okay. Never mind. I was gonna say, I can't even construct what my thought was. It's gone. I spent it. Also, my cursor is overlaid on top of the game's cursor. I just noticed that. Because everything was moving, I didn't notice, but now on the recording you can see it as well. It doesn't, there's like, that must be like an engine setting that you have to configure. I have to imagine that's the case, otherwise it wouldn't really make much sense. Also, you don't lock my mouse cursor, which may in full screen. Like, I can go from monitor to monitor, which is okay, but like. Okay, that hurts you. I probably would prefer it if it's locking into here, because I'm gonna be flicking, you know? And then if you flick too far to the right... Okay. Also, I'm just realizing now I'm very lost. I don't know what I'm doing. Did I already stabilize them all? No, I've got 1 of 3 going. But I do want this. There's no doubt some sort of currency. Okay, well let's... There we go. The baby ant, or whatever it is, I'm not quite sure. We do not have the money. I like the explosive rounds, even though they did end my life, so I will be gladly taking these. Plus there's a melee for this stuff. Double explosive rounds, huh? What's that look like? So I gotta blow. That means I gotta blow stuff up earlier. There we go. 2 or 3. Now, it's not the most descriptive minimap, but that's okay. But then again, it does sort of make you wonder what the point of it is at all. If the only thing you want to show on the minimap is this, then you could just have an arrow, you know. It's almost more insulting that it doesn't, like, do anything. But that's, once again, just my thoughts on the matter. I'm just yapping. I guess, like, a relative position is useful. But, like, if it doesn't tell me how to get where I want to go, you know. I'm just spitballing here. Okay, we've stabilized all the systems now. We can get back here. That's useful. Reload burst. On reload, spawn 10 bullets. Piercing or fire rate? I'll take this one, even though I don't know. I think it may end up killing me 10 bullets after I reload. Okay, there we go. I would like some health, please. Okay, these explosive rounds are too explosive. I didn't think I'd see it. Say it. Okay, hold on. Especially, do these things... Okay, they don't eat your ammo. That's thank God. Okay, but this thing does kill you. See, the explosions are good. I will say that. Okay, I just died to this thing again. Kind of a like now, I know it does damage, but it's just hard to remember that it does damage. The indication, like pink, is not a great damage dealing color to me, but whatever. I don't know how else you would indicate it because it's not. It doesn't feel very different to the rest of it. But I guess I'll from now on I won't take any what's it called? Explosive rounds. So I don't know what the like traffic light looking thing I'm picking up is. I'm unfamiliar. I think it's ammo. Potentially. Let's go through here. Maybe there's something on the other side. There is. We'll take those. This one we can't blow up, right? Anyway, where were we? I was just teleported to a different land, a different realm, perhaps. It's also sort of like the gas goes above, but the topology of the sprites. Anyway, you get what I mean. You get what I mean? Do you comprehend what I'm saying? We've got 2 or 3. Maybe there's one down here. Maybe there's one all the... I don't know. Like, I feel like the mini-map was not meant to be absent of all information. This is already stabilized, so I think we're done here. Yeah, we are. I took damage there for some reason. I don't know if I was on it. I clipped it, maybe, allegedly. But we don't worry so much about it. So it's probably down yonder if I had to... Well, you've been exploded. Get absolutely mogged, as they say. Those who mog. Is this something? Is it perhaps anything? How wonderful it is to be anything at all type situation? Some health. An unstabilized stabilization. Not quite enough energy, but we will have enough energy next to... Oh! Okay, I think they're kind of bugging a little bit on that one, but I'll let them have it. We still don't have enough for a better gun, but you know what? That's okay. That's fine. I love and I accept you for who you are. Being unaffordable. Greedy. More loot, but less health or something? Bullets gain 1 PS. Increased fire rate. I like me some increased fire rate. In an ammo-rich world, the fire rate maxer is key. No, we are taking some heat in this situation, but don't fret. Ammo clip size is not nearly as big as it should be, given our circumstances. Also, the enemies are as big as me. Okay, let's chill. Let's not go crazy. Let's focus. Let's enjoy ourselves. Let's. Everyone's been in a nuclear throne situation like that. I mean, inspiration, war on your sleeve for sure. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Although you gotta. Here's the thing. Developer and anybody listening, really, when you're inspired by something, you have 2 choices in front of you. You either you're just kind of recreating it with your own little twists, in which case it better be damn good. It better be. That's just the nature of your gamble, right? Or you're like, these are my favorite elements and here is my very unique spin on it, in which case you're basically like piggybacking off of the best aspects of it. When you're still too broke, unfortunately, but soon come. Yeah, a bit of reload burst would do me well, I reckon. I didn't even realize I didn't do this one. All reactors stabilized. I've lost myself in the... Oh. Okay, we just... A bit of health as well. Doesn't hurt. I guess literally speaking, it helps. It heals. What am I saying? Anyway, like you really... You know what I mean? It's that you can't lie on the... More damage? Yeah, I would like more damage, please. You know? It's like if you put somebody... Oh shit, the boss is here. Okay, bro. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on. Okay, there we go. That's good stuff right there. Some good energy. We may as well do this. Okay, we didn't kill the boss. I thought he died. No music on the boss fight. Or is it bugged? Plausibly it is bugged because I expect that there would be song. Also, what am I getting hit by, Ian? We can buy this. What is it? Sure. Only one weapon at a time, apparently. Also, this shit is bouncing everywhere. Tiny ass clip size. Okay, we gotta make sure not to be completely out of ammo. Okay, well, we're stabilizing while we're at it, so the boss does show up on the radar. That's... listen. I feel like you're halfway there on that front. But now that we only have 10 ammo, I would probably prefer to use it on the little guys who give me ammo upon killing them instead of burning ammo. I feel like burning ammo on the guys. Here we go. This is ammo, right? Presumably. I think it is, although it's sort of unclear. Some things, they be that way. You don't think it'd be like it is, but it do be like it is. Okay, he's in the corner. He's bugging out. Oh shit. Okay, now he's in his... He's popping up and down era, within which I cannot damage him. He's just undamageable, it seems. My shit is ammo-less. Yeah, the music definitely is either bugged or it's that you haven't got one for this section yet. Hello, my melee? Thank you. It just doesn't... You can't attack him from the top, I think. Which is a bit screwed out. But... Can I melee these without them blowing up in my face? I don't think so, so we're gonna not do that. Another thing Nuclear Throne did is having multiple ammo reserves and plentiful weapon drops meant that it's okay to have scarce ammo, because it means that you're incentivized to try out new weapons and your desperation will force plays to happen, you know? Yeah, we're never gonna get this shit done this way. I was doing 25 damage per bullet. It took us this long to get you this way. Obviously, that's not gonna work out. So, yeah, I think you gotta have a solution for this problem. Like, for example, Big Dog, or whatever his name is, in Nuclear Throne. Okay, there we go. We got 5 ammo. Okay, this is just not working for some reason. Reasons unclear. There we go. Now we have 10 ammo, which is better. Obviously, we're just gonna waste it, but it's good to know that it's plausible. Luckily, we've already stabilized all this shit, so... Anyway, you're gonna reappear, or no? Here we go. Not bad, not bad. Well, this is gonna take us all day, but... Oh, and also we can't hurt him. For some reason... His hitbox is like in the middle of him, despite the starting being here. But you don't do contact damage, I think. Okay, that one... Listen, the hitboxes are a bit confusing and a bit non-generous. Loop 0. Bro thinks I was gonna be looping in that run. Okay. So, we're gonna go back to explosion damage because you just... It's the only way to deal enough damage without wasting your ammo. Which is necessary for the boss, now that we've learned that. Now, I know what you're thinking, why don't you just melee these guys? Well, that's not really fun. So, and listen, I'm a big believer in if you want to make something, like, you gotta make stuff fun to do to incentivize it to be done, or make it very rewarding to do if it's going to be difficult. You gotta, like, figure out your structures and how you want things to go. You can't very well have a bunch of unfun stuff and then be like, no, it was worth it for the grind, right? And then, like, that's just obviously not the case, because it wasn't fun to do it, and then ending it wasn't fun. You didn't get any specific reward for doing so either. So you really have to be careful when you implement that kind of stuff in a game, in my opinion. You know what I mean? This early, sure. I don't see a reason why I wouldn't want it early, especially since it can become explosive. The rebounding explosive surely will not come back to bite me in the rear end. Big stats. Easy enough. Okay, where are we at? Yeah, we can't afford that yet, but I will buy it as soon as I can, because I want to try out all the stuff, you know. There we go. Did our money, like, rate go up? Because we didn't have this much to start with before. Okay, this one just is explosive by default, and it uses insane ammo. But if you can get explosive ammo, what good is this? No disrespect. We may as well swap to the other one. Oh wait, we can't swap because it's a purchase. Okay. That wasn't sarcastic, oh wait, I realized it in real time. Can we destroy the environment? You can, but it's like it's a one tile per thing. Your granularity only extends to this tile. Your systematic nature is not as systematic as perhaps would be engaging. I hate to say it. Okay. Have we gone down? No, we haven't. Off we go. Also, you gotta have a warning for that stuff, but anyway. Fire rate, 15 damage, yeah, fine. More loot, I guess. I suppose. I'm presuming. Okay, but now the crosshair isn't gone, so maybe it was like an old tab situation? Okay, insane drop rate. Okay, this option is broken. I thought it would be a nerf because it was like phrased like that, but no, it's just straight up a like you forgot to tune it, bro. Like, look at this. Is there an ammo cap? Because we're reaching it. That noise is satisfying. I will say your sound effects are on point already. Like, you don't need that much work on those. Everything else, like your balance, is scuffed. That's just objective. These enemies, not too easy. Right amount of difficulty. These enemies. The boss, way too much health for a first boss, considering the amount of damage and upgrade options we had until the point. Ammo methods, like scuffed across the board. Either way too much or way not enough. Amount of weapons, way not enough. I mean, listen, if you're inspired by Nuclear Throne, you gotta know, right? You gotta know what what makes it good. That's the key aspect of it. That's what you gotta tune into. And you got a unique thing going here with, like, you know, sort of like a capture the zone situation rather than just clear all enemies. I think if you expanded on that as, like, some unique elements, you added, like, conditions to clear levels and stuff, but your base combat systems and everything was inspired, I would like it. Also, mutations are a key part of Nuclear Throne, and they all provide a unique thing rather than just statistical benefits. So if you're gonna go the direction of statistical benefits, it better be crazy. That's kind of what I'm saying. And the explosive gun thing, it kind of felt like it was one aspect out of very many, which was like very transformative, as opposed to like, oh, your fire rate goes up. It's like, okay, because okay, there's two kinds of roguelikes. Let me be honest and transparent with you. Fire rate, damage. Yeah, man, more loot. Fuck it. We already do enough damage. No disrespect. We explode you in the face. I'll blow you up because okay. You overtuned the fuck out of this. Now I will, with impunity, just blow everything up. And look at it. This is you forgot. I think your integers are just wrong. How are my rounds explosive, bro? They're already it double exploded. This is delusional. Where is the boss? Hello? Okay, we tanked these. Also, it didn't keep doing damage to me even though the animation was still up or whatever. Okay. Okay, whatever. More ammo than we'll ever need. And one shot wasn't enough to take that thing down. Okay. But look at that. Where is the boss, bro? Hello? Boss didn't spawn. Boss machine broke? Can we go out of bounds? There's a wall there. I assume. Yeah, it don't be breaking from that point onwards. But these things still spawn even though the objective isn't to do them, unless it changes here, in which case I rescind my words, but you know what I mean. Where is the boss, bro? The boss was supposed to spawn. Also, why can I not destroy these? Why can I only destroy those? I can only destroy from up? Yes, that's correct. Okay, look, that's just a logical flaw. You can fix that. I believe in you. Listen, my criticism is taken with some love, okay? I mean it with the utmost sincerity in my heart. I speak my truth. Everybody's played good video games. Hopefully. Unless you're like the most staunch gaming hater who's played bad games just to prove a point, you know? It's like people taking out of context clips of your favorite hobby except they actually played the games. And it's just like, well, why would you subject yourself to the worst of all time, you know? It's not like TV where you could just get incidentally exposed to Big Bang Theory by watching it like with your family for fun, which is why it's sort of a core memory for you, despite the fact that it's sort of flop maxing. Okay, we have not defeated the boss. What the fuck is the boss, bro? What are these like particle effects? I have my concerns. The boss is not spawning. Can I main menu here and then just hit play and then hit there is definitely a run to continue. Okay, that shit doesn't work either. Listen. I mean no disrespect. Like, listen, you asked for this, and I mean that in the kindest way possible. If you send me your game and it's not so bad that, or like not bad. Bad is a strong word. It's not so running aground to my preferences that I would not play it. Like, there's been cases where people have emailed me or sent me a game or been like, hey, Backpack Brain, I'd sure love if you tried this game of mine that I've been working so very hard on, and I check it out and I give it a whirl, and then I'm just like, it wouldn't work. As in, like, in a literal sense, like, this wouldn't work for me. You know, I think we should see other people. Or at least, like, you got to work on some things, you know what I mean? There's some aspects of yourself that need to be improved before we can have a conversation about your video game. And I mean the game, not the person. I don't really know you. I guess, full stop. There was going to be a further sentence explanation on that, but there's nothing to add. But you get what I'm sort of gunning for here, no pun intended, is that, like, you know, especially if you send me a game, I'm working. I'm not gonna pretend like this is your final version. Especially that's why it's a demo. But you know, I'm gonna be critical. I think that's fair. Also, give me that gun, please. I need it. Like, I feel like your drop balancing is a bit scuffed right now. I said that already, but I'm just sort of repeating myself to enunciate points further. To clearly reveal. Okay, nothing. The animation for that is pretty good, but you do need like a shadowy shader or something, man. Oh shit, you can go through these. I can at least. The enemies seem to be struggling in doing so, but we'll let it slide. It's not my business what they do in their spare time. Can't afford that one. Again, making guns cost money. Don't get it. I don't get it. You can have a shop section, but I just it seems to me like it was an overcomplication. But what do I know? I'm just sort of spitting my words. Greedy, please. The one that breaks the game. I think you're gonna find me pressing that button a lot, aren't you? Yep. The button that gives you infinite stuff. I will be pressing that button, and I will be farming all my stats. Oh yeah, we can just go through here. One might say easy money. So I thought it was just from the bottom, but I think it's just a bit of hitbox buggery. Which is, I don't think it's a word. It sounded weird coming out of my... Well, you just jumped across walls, bro. And the music is definitely not playing when it should be playing. I'll say that much. This one we don't have yet. It's the plasma shotgun from a similar game I played. A different one. Which I think was a bit further on in the development process. But in any case, if this can get the explosive rounds, I'm gonna be in for a treat. I'll say that. Stabilized. A bit more visual cues and indicators. This should change color or something. This should be a different color to the base thing. Like a lot. Like I feel like you have like the good foundations for visual stuff here. It just needs to. You just need for it to have a lot more than it like has right now. And that's kind of the only way I can put it. Is like it's sort of fine, but my eyes are glazing over in a way that doesn't necessarily happen with a lot of games that have pixel art styles. You know what I mean? Like, if you think about it, like, you need some depth, you need some character, you need a lot of that kind of stuff. In addition to all the balance stuff. More damage, sure, whatever. It's a flat damage, but... Anyway, defeat the boss. Is the boss gonna spawn? If the boss doesn't spawn this time, I'm gonna have to leave it here. And I will upload it, because I think despite all the words I've said up until this point, I've had fun. Even more greedy is gonna like actually break the game. It's broken already, but it's further breaking. Yeah, man, more damage. Something is happening. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe I'll go through the entire map just to really make sure that the boss is just like somewhere. I want to map out everything that I can, at least give it a chance, you know? I may as well do these objectives, even though I don't know what the level of implementation on those is right now, but blow myself up to feel something a little bit. Just to feel a little bit of wonder in this life. I thought my health went down after picking that up. Why? It's getting framey again. The leaking of memory may be going on here. Actually, that may be what's going on. Because I did leave it open for an hour. Which, I mean, ordinarily wouldn't cause any problems. But, you know. Shit happens. I'll let it slide. I will say, if you're... Okay, so I think it does prevent damage. Which means that if the landing part isn't perfectly clean... can forgive you for it. Yeah, what happens if I click and run here? It just kills me. Okay. I'm gonna restart the game and we'll see if that helps. And that'll be my final shot. Let's see. Final protocol. A full restart. I'm just really, I don't want to, like, you know, because if it was just not, like, one bit was not working, and then it ended up screwing the entire system over, I would be pissed as well, so we've got to, listen. It's what you get for getting it early, that's what I'm saying. As long as your game it's got aspect of it that I can find myself enjoying, you know, we can dig it. Let's say it that way. Heal me. But anyway, I'm just hoping the boss spawns this time and I get good enough upgrades to destroy it. Some things must be done. Easy enough. Okay, and that should not have hit me. In no dimension was I overlapping with that. I'm just gonna say it as I see it. I don't believe in hitboxes that work that way. But, you know. If it's any consolation, I get pissed off at games that have had billions of dollars of development time for having fucked up hitboxes. So, like, if we're gonna develop money, I suppose, but also time. Time is money, as you know. But also, I think I can have multiple weapons. I think it's in the bottom left. I think I just realized that because it's so tiny, and also there's no tutorial, which I was sort of hoping there would be. For once, I was hoping there would be a slight tutorial, even though most games, you know, don't need its tutorials as long as they have. But regardless. Okay, well, let's be true to it. I could have gone diagonal mode, bro. Hurt myself for no reason. You know that song? I should listen to that song. Not because it's like good necessarily, just because it's been a long time since I did. Damage, piercing, fire rate. Give me some damage. I would like it. Okay, some sub-reactors need stabilizing. Sure, piercing for free. For free. Okay, we do one-shot these fellas now. I don't know what they are. It's not my problem, we're shooting them. Okay, now we have the explosion master. So we gotta be careful. And we do have... There we go, there we go. We did. I do apologize. The misnomer of multiple weapons. There was a next weapon button. Of course, there's multiple weapons. So I should have switched my other weapon. I bet that's the devil screaming at me for that one. Still, I don't think it would have really made that much of a difference. But whatever. 1200. Yeah. Okay, but we can have them all. Never mind, y'all. The weapon problem was greatly exaggerated. The bouncer shotgun. The bullets that curse the heavens, among other such. I'm spamming it, seeing if it helps me do some movement check. I don't believe so, but guy like me has to try. Guy like me has to try. Also, we need the health upgrade stat. It was broken, but I can't live without it now. And my gameplay style has been affixed to it. So, it's that or bust. Also, I love this gun, to be honest with you. So. I see it. Unfortunately, we have to wrap all the way around to make it. Hopefully, I'm praying for your sake as well that the final boss shows up. I will say you need sound effects. You need, what else do you need? So you just need a lot more uniqueness in your visual flair. I will say, like the shading, the way you've done the pixels here, you just need like shading. You need 1 more PS per stack. Just give me more damage for the boss, man. Please show up. If it doesn't show up, I cannot help you. I love just shooting randomly. Goes crazy when doing so is the vibe, to be honest with you. Destroying shit I never even knew. Impact wrists in loop. Those who fucking know. Wait, the boss is here. Hello. Okay, he's disappeared. Okay. This shit is terrible because the damage is fixed, man. The explosion damage are only AoEs, not more damage. So like, why would I bother? You know? I know you have to come up with more than 2 attacks, I think. At least they have to be... The one attack can't be... It hides itself for 5 seconds and appears right under you. It's just time wasting. It's not like a sneak attack, you know? This one is okay. I don't mind it. Also, I think there are sound effects, but they gotta pop more. See, this is what I'm talking about with the visual style. I know it's a lot of work, but trust me, it actually matters. Because I think your mechanics are fine here. Like, there's nothing wrong with the mechanics. So, like, the shooting is good, it pops, but it just feels flat. Okay, that is the whole run. Thank God I actually went through with it and beat it. We will not be looping today. I don't have the time. But if it's Nuclear Throne, you can catch my ass looping. I'm not... So... if that's the shortness of the game, then all my criticism is more or less, not criticism, but like review points. Because this is like, I don't know, this is like we're like in the prototyping stage, right? We're talking software development lifecycle style shit, right? And this is like prototype 3. Prototype 1 was like paint sprites, basic movement, no levels. There was just one enemy and you shot one gun. Prototype 2, you got enemies, you got guns, you got some level design. And now you got Prototype 3, you got a basic, that was almost insulting, I think. Like, sort of straightforward visual style and some of your overarching mechanics, things you want to keep. Not just, like, you know, not readily discardable stuff. I think you have a lot of good things going. I think your guns are good. I think what do you call it? Like, there's nothing really wrong with the base button, so to speak. I just think, listen. Here's another problem, and I just described it earlier in the video, and I think it sort of doubly applies now that I finished it. If you're selling this as inspired by a Nuclear Throne, Nuclear Throne exists. There are a lot of games like Nuclear Throne that exist. None of them really are as good as Nuclear Throne. That's because Nuclear Throne is Nuclear Throne. You know what I mean? It's hard to match that kind of feeling that you get in that game. It was a great game. So, what do you do? What do you? I guess this is sort of a question I'm posing because right now, as I see it, you don't have anything necessarily here. This is almost like I feel like posting this on YouTube is almost a disservice. I should be giving this to you directly because it's sort of. I'm not sure if you're ready for this game to be showed to the people, but you know what? I guess it's a lesson in everything, right? You gotta. I'm a gamer. I be playing games. I be playing all kinds of shit. But what do you have, right? What is your pull? What is your twist? What is your spin? Like, let me read your Steam page, and we'll see what is, what is your theming. Colossal reactor bosses, reactive combat, upgrade synergy. So I think you've got. Choose when to stabilize or risk meltdown. The longer you delay, the greater the chaos. I don't remember any of that. That played no part in this so far. Like, if this is in your page right now, and if the demo is downloadable, I'm just sort of protecting you from your own words here, right? Dynamic generated zones, technically true. Brutal reactor guardian fight. Adapt or burn. Infinite replayability, in theory. Right? So what is your pull? What is your wrinkle? What is your catch? There have been deck builders, there have been roguelike deck builders before. What's Balatro is, it's a poker roguelike with wacky, modification. Put it that way, put it very simply. What's I was gonna talk about Isaac, because Isaac is not really a fair comparison, man. That shit was out in like 2011 or whatever. That's you want to talk about newer roguelikes that because they had to break through where existing ones have already defined genres, right? And I think you got a few routes. You can either make it a visually stunning game that has simple mechanics, but that nonetheless people who don't really want to delve into nitty-gritty mechanics will be like, okay, I understand how to play, it's very straightforward, but I love the feel, I love the look. I don't think that's the path that you're traveling down. You can, of course, but I don't know if it doesn't seem to me from the way you've done it right now, right? So, you got decent mechanics. I think you have a lot of potential in that sense, right? You have to come up with a wrinkle. Let me think of one, just like random one, just to show as an example. Okay, here's one: Corrosion Protocol. Right, your Corrosion. You've got you're like a post-apocalyptic nuclear guy, whatever. Maybe all the weapon you got a lot of weapons, but each weapon you buy, what do you call it? It fuses, right? And so instead of being a guy with the weapons, you be kind of becoming one with the weapons, or the weapons are fusing into another. I'm just giving an example of something random. It may not work. It may not be relevant for you. Right? And then your upgrade options can be like dancing the line between being so powerful that it hurts yourself and you die versus being able to clear the enemies. Also, it can't be so clunky. You gotta fix the hitboxes. You gotta do a lot of like small tweaks. Like, I reckon it's decent enough. I've seen much worse on a demo. But you got ways to go. I think you got you got some more iterations to put in before you can really like make a name for yourself. Like, as it is right now, I think you got to be careful, especially if you're releasing a demo on Steam, that you don't release something that then needs more work, but people have played your demo and they're like, oh, I played it, I didn't like it that much. I think it will do yourself a disservice, because I think you've got something here. You've recreated a lot of the great mechanical parts, and the gun feel, the pop is there, and that's hard to acquire, the satisfaction, right? So you got to do the rest, and I've described it, I think, so far. So I'm gonna stop rambling. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you are so inclined. Thank you for your support, I suppose. I'm sort of presupposing the fact that you're supporting me. As always, what do you call it? Link in description, and send in your games. This is not really it's not, the point of the channel is not just to review games that people send in. I'm probably going to be doing some streaming, some Isaac, and a whole bunch of my normal stuff, and maybe even a visual novel playthrough to really let you know what kind of degen I am. But aside from that, that's all you got from me for now. See you next time. Enjoy.